So we're here live for the Pierre Sports Center Buffalo Chip 100. I'm Miles Haswis alongside Shelby McDonald, and we are about to get this party started.
I cannot wait. It's going to be a great day of racing. We've got a lot of racers ready to go, and we're starting with our youth.
Yeah, I think we have 7 races today. We'll be live all day long on the Yellowstone Off-Road Racing YouTube. Be sure to tune in, share it with everybody. It's going to be a great day. 7 races, action, action, action. Now, last race was Broadview. It was a lot of fun, but it was a 40-mile loop, so there was a lot of dead time with not a lot of action. But Montana Drones here, they're going to have the entire course covered. It's going to be a great show.
Yes, there's going to be action all minutes of the entire race day. It's going to be great.
Yeah, so today is a 2.6-mile lap. It's going to be a lot of fun. Yesterday was a 1.9, and it was Austin Painter, I believe, with a 2:48. So I'm going to guess that 3:30 mark is going to be the fast laps for our big guys and gals. It's going to be wonderful, but we're going to kick it off first with the youth. It's a half-mile track. It's going to be amazing. Like I said, short course, but endurance. It's not an easy course. There's a lot of gotchas out there.
There's a lot of guys that have been gotcha'd even yesterday,
Yeah.
So it's not a forgiving track, although it is pretty fast. So I'm excited to see what we've got going.
Yep, so I think we got 2 of our youth out there getting ready. So let's send it back to the drone and see what's going on.
Hey, Jordan Rupp is riding with Phoenix.
Okay, got it.
Told me to tell you. No.
Yeah,
Jordan is
yeah.
riding. So just so you guys know.
The timing, is it ready?
It should be.
Okay.
It won't pull up until
It
I
won't?
start the green
Okay,
flag, but
that's
I
what-
couldn't
that's
do
what
the
we
green
just said.
flag when they did the parade lap, so it should.
Yeah.
To stop talking with your hand. You were doing this the whole time. And then you kept talking. I was like, when do I stop?
That's okay. You did good.
I'll come in here as soon as they get started and mess with this for you guys, okay?
Good morning and welcome to the 2024 Pierre Sports Center Buffalo Chip 100. We are in for some amazing side-by-side, high-flying short course action with huge jumps, big turns, and some great elevation. And this is Yellowstone Off-Road Racing at its finest. I am Miles Haswis along Shelby McDonald, and the youth 170s are about to kick off. It's going to be a great showing. We got 2 of them out there. We have Brayson Tucker and Phoenix Darling. Phoenix showed up this morning about an hour ago. This is her first race ever, and I believe she's only 11 years old.
Oh my gosh, what a fun age to start this too. This is going to be such a good race. The youth race is always such a riot to watch if you haven't seen them before. Oh my gosh, I'm glad you're here.
Yeah, again, the future of our sport is about to take off. Dallas with Montana Drones out there giving you some amazing, amazing shots. This youth race will be 30 minutes. on this half-mile course, and we are off with Brayson Tucker with Kylie Tucker riding shotgun out of Malta, Montana with Elite Diesel. And then we have Phoenix Darling with Jordan Rupp riding shotgun with Phoenix Racing out of Whitewood, South Dakota. And again, it's her first race ever. So it's cool to see Jordan Rupp hop in. She's racing later on today, and it's a local, Phoenix is local, so they're buddies out there having fun.
Yes, oh my gosh, this is such a cool thing, and they even got to do the drag race start like the big guys do, so I know that this is super exciting for them. They've got the actual course blocked off for them because they are running a shorter course than the rest of them, but look at those guys just cruising.
Yeah, these guys and gals out there are having a time of their life. Brayson and Kaylee Tucker, obviously we saw, whoa, getting a little hang time there. We saw Randy Tucker qualifying yesterday. Now his kids are out there having fun. And what's Randy's wife's name? I'm drawing a blank.
Cassie.
Cassie, and she's racing as well. So the entire family is racing. And I remember talking to the Tuckers before the youth race in Broadview, and we're like, somebody asked, when are you going to get 2 youth 170s so they can both race?
Yes.
And they gave them the option. They said, no, I want to ride with my brother. I want to ride with my sister. I was like, that is the cutest thing ever.
And they switch back and forth. So the Kaylee was driving last race in Broadview, so then this time it is Brayson's turn to drive, so they do a great job switching back and forth and making sure each one gets their fair share of seat time. What a great way to have some sibling time too. Just, I bet those guys are in there just howling.
Just having the time of their life.
Yes.
And it does look like it is Brayson Tucker out front with Elite Diesel. And we are here at the Buffalo Chips Power Sport Complex. It's an amazing facility over here. We're just across the way from Buffalo Chip proper. And during rally here in a few weeks, this amazing 600-acre facility, they have full-service campsites, awesome concert series. They've got multiple bars on site, shower houses, laundry, general store, gas station on site. You can buy gas, ice, beer, and everything in between. And then don't forget, Bikini Beach, they've got a zip line and so much more. I think it was a couple years ago I got to see Kid Rock up here, and that was absolutely awesome.
That had to have been the coolest thing ever. I would die to go see a Kid Rock concert. Oop, thought we were going to have a flag taken out there for a second, but he's doing great, still holding out front. Here comes Miss Phoenix through the start. Phoenix has completed her first lap. She's doing great for her first time. Got a little bit of a wide corner, but she's doing so good. I bet Miss Jordan in there riding shotgun is giving her all the best pointers. Wow, that little hop back on the track is pretty gnarly, especially for those 170s.
And it looks like Bryson Tucker just threw down a 159. And Phoenix Darling with a 209. So only 10 seconds splitting our top 2 competitors. Again, this is Phoenix's first time ever racing. And look at Jordan in there. She looks a little big for that little 200, doesn't she?
Her head looks real close to that cage, but thank goodness she doesn't have too far to go. Oh my gosh. I bet Jordan's giving her all the best tips and tricks and pointers.
Oh yeah. And just out there having fun. That's what it's all about here with Yellowstone Off-Road Racing, is enjoying the time as we're chasing down Phoenix Darling with Phoenix Racing out of Whitewood, South Dakota. And I was chatting with her this morning because she was a late register, so I was giving her the rundown on, who do you want, how old are you and all the jazz. It's like, so who are your sponsors? And she said, Mom and Dad. I was like, absolutely. I knew the answer before I asked, but you always got to ask, because she knew the right answers.
It sounds like she did know all the right answers. And that's awesome. So we've got another girl out here.
Yes. So yeah, I guess it's Kaylee Tucker's riding with her brother Brayson, and then Phoenix and Jordan Rupp out there having some fun on this 30-minute race, half-mile loops. And then we just get into the rest of the day. Up next will be the 1600s. They'll do 8 laps, which is 21 miles. Then it'll be the stock and the comps intermixed. They'll be doing, stock will be doing 10 laps, comp will be doing 12 laps. So that's 26 miles for the stock and 31 miles for the comps. And then we'll do 2 UTV races. There'll be 11 in each race. They'll be doing 12 laps apiece at 31 miles. And then the Ultra 4 Pro and Pro Unlimited will do another 12-lap race. And then the hit list shootout. We call it the triple nickel. The fastest 5 UTVs for 5 laps for $500. Thanks to Caleb Rupp and Hit List with C4 Fabrication. And speaking about C4 Fabrication and Caleb Rupp, we need to give them a huge shout out for bringing you guys this live action here from the Pierre Sports Center Buffalo Chip 100, live from Jack's Campers Studio.
Jack's Camper is amazing for providing us this camper to just hang out in and get everything set up, plugged in, which it takes a lot more than you'd think.
And one big thing you're missing.
Air conditioning.
Because in Broadview, we were on that trailer with the dust. I love being out in the elements, don't get me wrong, but
yes.
I'm not complaining about this Jack's Camper Studio for sure.
No.
And they actually gave me one. That's what I'm staying in.
Oh,
So
perfect.
I brought my daughter, Jade, to this race, so we're living in luxury here.
That's awesome. It's so amazing of them to provide that for everybody. And it looks like Brayson and Kaylee are coming through that start-finish again, starting lap 3, I believe? Lap 4.
Heading out for lap number 4.
There we go. And it looks like Phoenix should be coming in here pretty quick behind him.
And Brayson Tucker just threw down a 154, and Phoenix Darling's being pretty consistent with that 204. So they're still about that 10-second split. Pretty consistent by these two young racers.
And there goes Miss Phoenix. She's on the start of her 4th lap also. They're laying down pretty consistent laps so far.
As Montana Drone Company's chasing down Brayson and Kaylee Tucker out of Malta, Montana with Elite Diesel.
And this is also uncorrected time. So even though they didn't start,
well, they
started side by side, but their time doesn't start until they get through that yellow Can-Am
Good
flag.
catch on that one,
So
Shelby. Because
they
they
are
do start
really
side
close.
by side,
Yeah.
but they didn't go over the timing loop side by side.
No, exactly. So there
that-
is a little bit.
I wonder if there could be a little strategy on that if you played a little.
Yeah, this could be
Anyways.
interesting. I don't know. Brayson could be out there physically ahead of Phoenix, but that doesn't mean anything. That means actually not very much in terms of overall timing and overall positions, because looking at their times,
so
Brayson's fastest lap is only 4 seconds faster.
So I'm looking at the overall time. Brayson Tucker with a 5:50 and Phoenix Darling with a 6:13. So looks like it's about a 23-second split altogether. Yeah. So that's to me, it's interesting having the adjusted time on a short course.
Yes.
I like that little play.
The drag race start, of course, is always one of everybody's favorites, but it doesn't account for much. Just because you get somebody off the line doesn't mean that you guys are leaving and having the same exact corrected time later.
And there isn't a whole lot of rules for the Youth 1000. Ages are from 5 to 11. You have to have stock suspension. You can have the single seater, a 2-seat, the Razor 170, Polaris Ace, Ranger 150, or something fairly equivalent to that. There isn't a whole lot of rules because this is just to get some seat time for these young guys and gals.
Yeah, get out, get practice, and see what it's about. See what the track is like. There's a lot of different things happening on these tracks that you don't realize, because Dallas does such an amazing job bringing us all this footage so that you guys can be there with us. But there's nothing truly like being in the seat and realizing, oh, that's actually really steep, or that's actually really rough.
Just like what Phoenix went up and over right there. It's the first time they went over that. I haven't been on the 170 track, and that was a little more of a bump than I anticipated.
Yeah, for sure. And that bump that they went over, it looked like it was the size of a 170, and that's pretty decent for those guys.
Oh, absolutely.
Holy smokes.
So, Phoenix Darling and Jordan Rump with Phoenix Racing out of Whitewood, South Dakota, still plugging away.
It looks like she's getting a little bit faster.
And the best lap, yeah, you just called it. A 154 for Tucker and a 158 for Darling. So
oh my goodness,
that's pretty close for these young guys and gals.
That is awesome. That is really close, actually. Especially, I think she is getting faster, so I'm curious to see what this overall time, if Brayson's going to step it up a little bit.
And obviously times are a little different. Obviously, I'm a lot older than even yourself, Shelby. But you've been racing with your family. I saw Allie walking through a little bit ago. They didn't have the 170s when you were this age, correct?
Nope. Yeah. This wasn't really... I mean, they may have been a thing, but not to the extent that they are now. It was more of like a glorified Power Wheels.
Yeah, exactly. So just think of this, that you and your sister Allie have grown up in this, correct? Your
we have.
Brett has been bringing you guys and gals the entire time. So how much fun would you be having right now with Allie riding shotgun?
Oh my gosh, a ball. I mean, when we even racing those two different seasons that we have in a 1600 and in the Bronco, it was a ball. But I can't even imagine being this age and just being let loose to go play and race. Oh my gosh, it would be such a hoot. My dad had a 800 Razor back when that was the thing.
I had one back in the day.
That was like the it thing, the it Razor at the time, and we bombed around in that thing all the time. Being farm kids, we were up and down the road all the time.
I love it.
Oh my gosh.
So it looks like that's Brayson and Kaylee Tucker still plugging away. Looks like there's about a 30-second lead with Tucker over Darling right now on adjusted time.
30-second, that's actually really close.
That's not too bad. And remember, this is a 30-minute race.
Which is a long time. We're almost halfway. We're getting there.
What time did we start? Did you see? Did we start on time?
I think I don't know if they left the line at 9:05, but I know we started talking at 9:01.
Oh, we got somebody in there trying to get a little racing going on. That's one of our safety crews.
Mm-hmm. Making sure that those little guys out there are not left to the wolves.
And speaking about safety, Jim Siebert brought his buddies from Black Hills Four-Wheelers, and they've been helping us do recovery all weekend, and it's absolutely amazing what these guys out on course do to help everybody keep safe. So while we're talking about that, let's give a huge shout-out to Pierre Sports Center, Wild West Off-Road Series, Elevated Power Sports, Can-Am, Epic Racewear,
DRW Performance, Jim and Tracy's Alignment, Blackbeard Bronco, MBN Performance,
C4 Fabrication for our live show, Montana Drone Company, Mickey Thompson Tires, Dakota Alignment and Frame,
Throttle Down Customs, CEI Electrical, Roller Construction, Rugged Radios,
Next Gen, AJ's Diesel, PRP, Dust Pods, Linrich, Copyright Printing,
Napa, ZRP, Inland Truck Parts, Montana Braveheart Nonprofit, Combustion Syndicate, Montana 4x4 Association, and Black Hills Four-Wheelers.
So please support who supports the sport. We could not be racing here this weekend for the Pierre Sports Center Buffalo Chip 100 here at the Buffalo Chip Power Sports Complex just outside of Sturgis, South Dakota. It's an amazing facility out here, so please support who supports the sport. If you're building a race car, a mall crawler, a tow rig, go show some love to these people that show their love to Yellowstone off-road racing.
We truly couldn't do it without all these guys that jump in and pitch in and just want to see this sport continue to grow and continue to be a part of it so that we can have everybody out here, from volunteers, spectators, these youth racers to the highest of the highest horsepower trucks. We literally could not do it without everybody, and especially Grizz and Aaron. So big thanks to them. They put their heart and soul into this just so we can be out here and have some fun and get real dusty.
Yeah, the entire Y.O.R.R family is absolutely amazing. You are absolutely correct, Shelby. They bring a lot of volunteers out to make this happen, and Aaron and Grizz just spend all of their time making this possible.
Yes. They, oh man, just want to see this sport continue and to continue to grow as bad as we do, just so we can have more people out here, more racers, and it's more fun that way. When there's 4 or 5 people in your class, it's not that fun, but when you got 7, 8, 9 and growing, that's where it gets real fun.
Yeah, and a course like this, I think 10 to 15 on course at a time is going to be perfect, and we have multiple classes with about that, so
yes.
It's going to make for a great show. I do believe we have roughly 60 competitors that'll be taking the green flag today, so a great showing. There is a hot pits during the next races. But it's short course, remember. So if you're doing much more than a tire change, your day's not looking very good.
No, unless you're in it for points. If you really don't have to use that hot pit, oh man.
So we're back to riding along with Phoenix Darling.
She is doing amazing for her first race ever at 11 years old. I would die to be doing this at 11 years old. I'm so grateful for her parents allowing her to be out there, and for Jordan riding with. That is awesome.
Yeah, and it's just so much fun.
Yes.
You know, teaching her the lay of the land and the tricks of the trade. It's really cool.
Oh, this is so cool. I love watching these youth racers. They're out there just having a blast.
And speaking about watching, if you are in the Sturgis, South Dakota area, come on out. It's $20 per person. Kids 12 and under are free. We have the Dusty Goggles watering hole. They got all the beverages. They've got a food truck here on site. It's going to be a wonderful day. We'll be racing for the next 8 to 10 hours. So if you're somewhere close, come on out. And then stick around to, do a little play day tomorrow. Sightseeing around Sturgis is absolutely amazing. We have Mount Rushmore down the road, Custer State Park, Black Hills National Park, Crazy Horse, and some beautiful countryside in between.
It is just beautiful out here. The drive out, it is long for a lot of us, but oh man, getting into the trees and everything. What a beautiful state.
Yeah, the Black Hills is beautiful up here.
So pretty.
Our next Yellowstone off-road race is Columbus for the Wild West 100, September 19th through the 20th. We will be live for that one as well. And speaking about live, again, huge shout out to C4 Fabrication for bringing you this live coverage. So there's Brayson Tucker with his sister Kaylee riding shotgun with Elite Diesel.
Is our 39 seconds, I believe, on corrected time. They're about 15-16 minutes into their race now, so they're a little over halfway. And really, on 30 minutes for a youth race, that's not far off what it's going to be for a lot of like the faster guys' race. I'd say less than an hour, probably, or close to an hour.
We'll see. Yeah, it's going to be good. And it looks like Brayson Tucker just threw down the fastest lap on this one with a 1:53.8. So he's starting to get a little comfortable out there.
He is cruising.
But for her first time ever, Phoenix Darling with a 1:56. That's only 3 seconds off for her first race ever. She's doing good and having a great coach riding shotgun of Jordan Rupp.
Yes. Oh man, Jordan. She's going to be out there later this afternoon, so I bet getting to see a little bit of the track might be a little helpful for her, and from lower to the ground.
Absolutely, and we're just talking about fast laps. Brayson's getting better and better. Just shaved another second.
Oh my gosh.
1:52.4. You can go to speedhive.mylaps. There's a great app they have. Search out Yellowstone Off-Road Racing and check it out. Well, Jade, you having fun watching some Youth 170s out there?
Yeah.
You ready to get in the mix?
Sure.
Sure, huh? You told me no last time I asked.
I don't know.
Okay. And there's a great shot of the
Phoenix
Pierre Sports Center start-finish. And got the American flag right there. Aaron and Jade crawled to the top, got some awesome pictures and videos of our little parade lap with the national anthem.
Yes.
So cool that Yellowstone Off-Road does that for this race. I was talking to Grizz when we were doing it. I was like, man, this is cool. He's like, this is one of my favorite parts of the weekend.
Yes, it's so cool. And I was talking to him this morning. I was like, why can't we do this at more races? Because it's just so cool to see all the racers. And that part of it is a family event. So you see there's a lot of dads out there with their kids. There's a lot of moms out there with their kids. It's awesome to see them bring everybody to come out for the parade lap. And you don't have to be suited up. It's really slow moving. Everybody's just out there having a ball. And it's cool to be out there with all of the racers. And everybody's just smiling, ready to start off the race day. And what a great way to. Looks like we've got Brayson and Kaylee coming over the start finish there. So they're on the start of their 11th lap.
And just clicked off another second. Now the 151.5. So
He's
Brayson's
getting comfortable.
he's finding his lines, getting it. I love it. And that's what it's all about. Seat time, seat time, seat time.
Yes, and consistency, and you can see it with Brayson especially because he's been out here. I think this is his second season, and he's doing awesome out there. So he's definitely getting it figured out to where he's learning that consistency is a big thing with this sport.
And now we got our FPV drone. So we're going to give you a couple different angles.
This is cool.
Giving Dallas a little bit of a break, letting his batteries charge up. So this is more of a hot rod drone that can kind of chase him down.
Oh, this is cool. So they're going to bring in right up on Phoenix, Darling right there. Oh, what a cool shot of her coming through. That start finish, you get to really kind of follow her through.
So Royal McKenzie piloting this one.
Royal's been a part of Y.O.R.R for a while too, so it's super exciting to have him out here with Dallas.
Yeah, and Dallas is in a kind of a high and wide drone, bringing you some great shots, but these FPVs are kind of, like I said, a hot rod, and they can really chase them down. But since they're a hot rod, they kind of burn through the batteries a little quicker. So we'll let them take some turns, and man, this is going to be some great coverage, Shelby.
Oh, I cannot wait to see this, especially later on today. And this will be super cool in the UTV race when they've got a lot of them packed in. You can really get some speed behind them.
So we switched from Phoenix back over to Brayson.
Here he comes. Wow, catching some airtime through there. In that little... Oh, my goodness. Nice work, dude.
So clicked off another lap. They're heading out on their 12th lap on this half-hour race.
His next fastest, he's clicked off another another second.
He is consistently clicking off 1 second per lap.
Oh,
it was 154 for a while, and then 53, 52, 51, and now a 150. So Brayson's really finding his lines, and that's like again, that talk about seat time. You figuring it out and having fun.
Oh my gosh,
and,
look at him!
Oh yes,
driving hard in there.
Do a little trick flying out here.
Oh my gosh, that's cool. We're gonna
and
head
then
on
fly
over
right
to
over to Phoenix Darling for her first race with Jordan Rupp riding shotgun out of Whitewood, South Dakota, about 10 minutes down the road. I was talking to her mom and dad when they were registering this morning, and I think they came here to do this, and then they got to leave here shortly. They got a birthday party to go catch.
Oh man, you can imagine big day of racing and you got to go to a birthday party. Oh man.
At 11 years old, that's living right.
Yes, that's the way to do it. Do you think they'll be back for awards?
I don't know. I hope so.
Oh, cool. And her blue and pink Razor out here just kicking butt. Her first race ever. She's doing great. Her fastest lap today was a 156. Only 6 seconds off Tucker, who's been doing this a lot longer than she has. I'd say she's doing great for her first race.
Yeah, she's doing good. And she just clicked off a 159, so 3 seconds off her fastest lap. That's really good consistency.
Yes, she is doing an awesome job. It looks like we're coming back over to Tucker. Royal's getting some really cool drone shots. And these little guys, I bet, hopefully get to watch this back and see how fast they really are moving. Brayson is catching some air on that first tabletop. My goodness.
And then crossing over the Pierre Sports Center start-finish.
Around that corner. He's getting that corner widened out. Oh, not as wide this time as it has been, but he is getting it. No lift there. Oh my gosh. He clicked off another second. That was a 149. Holy
Every time. That's awesome.
We're getting close towards the end of our race. We've got about 8 minutes-ish left in this race. So thank you all for joining us. It looks like we've got about, I'm not sure how many viewers we have right now, but thank you to
20 of them.
20 already?
Yeah.
You guys are joining us for this youth race?
Well, and Brandy's tuned in, and she I was talking about I saw Kid Rock a couple years ago. I forgot. He's playing again here in just a couple weeks. So
well,
I wish I could come back, but I doubt I can make 2 trips this far.
You don't think we could keep Jack's camper out here to hang out for the next 2 weeks?
There's only one way to find out, huh?
Oh, man. Yes, for sure. Oh, that'll be freaking sweet, though.
Yeah, the Buffalo Chip puts on an amazing festival out here.
Oh, you can see everything getting ready for that bike week. I cannot wait. I've heard it's pretty crazy. I love to see all the pictures and videos after. Is Ultra 4 out here during Bike Week this year?
Not this year. We have
Okay.
been twice, and it's been an amazing thing to see during Bike Week. It's a lot going on. It's kind of a cluster, but the Buffalo Chip does a good job to keep everything rolling. But obviously, there's not just the Buffalo Chip in Sturgis. There's so much more. So this is my first time coming to Sturgis outside of the rally, and it's really cool to kind of see it kind of quiet and all that. But it's fun to see it at full tilt.
Oh, that is super cool. That was a great shot from Royal of Miss Phoenix Darling in her pinked out gear. She's got a pink helmet, pink suit. I'm not sure if she's in a suit. I may have seen her before. Is she in moto gear?
Yeah, pink moto gear, yeah.
Sweet.
I saw her come through tech a little bit ago, and she had her pink moto gear on and a big smile on her face. And I was saying, "Are you excited?" And she kind of did the whole shoulder thing, and Mom said she's excited but nervous. So I was like, "Hey, there's nothing wrong with that."
I get that for your first race, being a little bit nervous. I just switched it. So I don't blame him in the slightest for that. This is a big race, and for 30 minutes long, that is a long time.
Yeah, it's
especially
a long time.
For the
it's a lot of fun.
Yes. Super good time out here. And they're running how long is their course?
Half a mile, yep.
Oh my gosh, they're doing great for it being a half mile. Wow, their times are really consistent.
Yeah, so we're probably about 5 minutes away from this race winding on down. And then up next will be the 1600s.
Oh,
that'll be a fun one to watch as well. I think we got about 8 of those bugs and buggies that'll be out there. Looks like that's our race leader, Brayson Tucker, with his sister Kaylee riding shotgun out of Malta, Montana with Elite Diesel. We'll see her parents racing later on today.
We got lots of UTV families out here, and it's awesome to see that these guys keep their kids in some UTVs, let them go out. Wow, that is a drop off. My goodness.
Pretty good.
Gotta give them a little
bit of everything. Yeah, I love it. It looks like Phoenix Darling just clicked off another lap, and she's being consistent. Back-to-back 159 lap times.
That is awesome. Consistency is huge, especially in this sport, so glad to see that she's learning some things from Jordan in there.
Oh, yeah.
Jordan's a very consistent driver as well, so it's awesome. We got the Tuckers out there cruising along, getting faster and faster, it seems. That last lap was not his fastest, but still very fast for these little side-by-sides.
I was just looking through my notes because I know Jordan and her husband, Caleb Rupp, are both racing today. Yeah. They're not in the same heats.
Oh, they're not? Oh,
which is probably a good thing, but I kind of wished I could have saw that.
Oh, that would have been so fun to see them both go in at the same time. I was really hoping. What about the Tuckers?
Oh, let's look at that one.
I am curious.
Yes, they're in the same race.
Oh, boy.
So Randy and Cassie are rooting on their kids right now, and then they'll be racing each other later on today.
Oh, my gosh.
Which will be a little bit of fun competition out there.
That'll be awesome. Randy and Cassie are the parents of Brayson and Kaylee out there. You can see them on screen right now. Randy's in the black and yellow Maverick R, and then Cassie's in a green Arctic Cat?
Yep,
Wildcat?
green Wildcat.
Wildcat, yes.
But back to Jordan and Caleb Rupp, it'll be kind of cool so they can watch each other race. So
that'll be nice, too.
You know,
yeah.
I don't know. I like both angles. So we got the Tuckers racing each other, and we got the Rupps being able to watch each other.
Yes, that's awesome.
And it's cool that they're all involved with the Youth 170s right now as we speak.
Yeah, so cool of them to be out there and be supporting of more than, not even just their class. Caleb's the sponsor of the Hit List Shootout later at the very end of our race day today. So huge shout out to him and for this live feed that you're watching.
With C4 Fabrication.
Yes, he does such a great job with that and being a huge sponsor for that so that we can bring this to you for those of us that can't be here spectating today. Although if you are in the area, come on out. It's $20 a person. 12 and under are free at the Buffalo Chip 100. So come on out. We've got snacks and concessions at the, is it the Dusty Goggles?
Watering hole. Yep.
Behind us here in this lovely air-conditioned trailer we've got going.
And if you're just tuning in, this is the Pierre Sports Center Buffalo Chip 100. We're here at the Buffalo Chip Power Sports Complex just outside of Sturgis, South Dakota. And we are live from the Jack Camper Studio.
We've only got a couple minutes left in this youth race. I'm going to assume they're going to let them out for one more lap. They may be getting the checkered right now. It looks like Aaron and Jade are out there getting ready.
Jade's having the time of her life out there, getting a little behind the scenes, getting to wave the checkered flag. That's pretty cool for these young guys and gals.
Yes, we've been enjoying Jade and having her out here with us. She fits in great with our race family. She was out hanging with us last night.
You got introduced her to playing the card game of spoons, it looked like.
Yes.
There's some pretty fun little competition, so thanks for involving her. She's talked about you and old Rowdy quite a bit.
We loved having her out there hanging out with all of us last night. We were excited. We love to play cards after all the races. That's one of our things, and especially at Sturgis because it's warm enough you're not freezing to death after.
And the checkered flag flies for Brayson Tucker.
Heck yeah.
What a great race. So it looks like
Brayson
an overall time. It looks like Brayson Tucker locks her down. And Brayson got 17 laps and Phoenix got 16 laps. Oh, so actually, I'm used to short course being a Grand Prix finish. It is not, because the Y.O.R.R
so does she have one more lap?
The Y.O.R.R point system, you know what, this is a youth race. I may be mistaken, but during the big races, it's a lap race.
It is a lap race, yes.
It's not a Grand Prix finish. It is a lap race, so every single competitor runs all the laps of the race.
Well, it looks like they let Phoenix keep going. So
okay.
I don't know. I'm assuming they're going to let her also do her 17th lap, and which is where she's out now. But they didn't start at the same time, so she did have a few second difference. So I'm wondering if they're taking it off of Brayson's time, because he finished at 30 minutes and 17 seconds.
Yeah, that's probably pretty accurate. But regardless, what a great time it was watching Brayson Tucker and Kaylee Tucker take the win here for the Pierre Sports Center Buffalo Chip 100. Out of Malta, Montana with Elite Diesel getting that first position.
Here we've got Royal close up on Miss Phoenix out there. She's coming through one of her last corners before she hits that first tabletop to take the checkered flag. Here she goes entering that tabletop with the flags.
And the next time here will be the checkered flag for Phoenix Darling in her first race, getting second position.
And there's that checkered flag flying. Great job, Phoenix.
What a great showing by those two young guns. Brayson Tucker and Kaylee Tucker taking the win, and Phoenix Darling and Jordan Rupp getting that second place. So a huge shout out to those guys and gals. So much fun watching them out there have the time of their life.
Now that we've wrapped up our youth race, we get to start off on our next one. We're going to get our 1600s lined up.
What a great day of racing it has been thus far, and we're not over yet. So be sure to stay tuned in. But while we wait for the 1600 vehicles to get ready, we're going to throw it to a quick commercial break. And thank you to C4 Fabrication. Let's see what they have to say.
Stop into Pierre Sports Center and take advantage of our huge discounts on 23 and 24-year model boats. Our Lund and Ranger boats are all powered by Mercury Marine outboards. We are also a Lowrance and Humminbird dealer and a Minn Kota authorized service center. Pierre Sports Center is your one-stop shop for all your boating accessories and parts. With an outstanding service center and one-of-a-kind boat purchase experience, Pierre Sports Center, where you get the service you deserve.